awaited Shanghai upgrade in place now on the Ethereum blockchain, the dominant domain of world's 76% NFTs, market observers and key stakeholders are expecting the ripple effect of this historic development to hit the shores of NFT marketplaces, once again bringing the debate of NFT royalties to the forefront. Ethereum hosts 76% of all NFT volume, up 137% to $4.7 billion in Q1 of 2023. NFT market poised to benefit with Bitcoin past the $30,000 mark. NFTs are the aesthetic part of the world of virtual assets. Art, no doubt, holds great value for its creators as well as lovers. But the desired value in terms of royalty is not always what the artists get. Artists often get disheartened by the meager payment of royalties for their creations in which they have poured their hearts and soul. NFT artists are the backbone of the sector, and they require appropriate incentives matching the quality of their work. However, to increase their earnings, NFT marketplaces frequently switch their royalty requirements from being completely free to being optional. The ongoing tussle between leading NFT marketplaces OpenSea and Blur has created an immense interest among NFT artists regarding creator royalties. So let's understand what NFT royalties are and the issues concerning them. NFT royalties are a cornerstone of Web3 innovation which provides recurring and regular earnings to original creators each time an NFT changes hands in secondary sales. It is basically a percentage of the sale price of an NFT that is predefined and paid to the creator or original owner each time their work is resold. Essentially, this feature allows creators to continue profiting from their NFTs even after the initial sale. For projects that generate significant trading volume, these fees can prove to be a substantial source of revenue for the artist. But in the recent emerging trends, the rejection of these fees by NFT traders and most marketplaces has led to drying of revenue. Non-payment or inadequate payment of creator royalty has become a major issue in the NFT marketplace that is forcing the change in policies in regard to royalty fixation. It is found that they are shifting stance time and again. Why don't NFT marketplaces address the issue of creator royalty by evolving a consensus regarding certain standards on creator royalty? Should artists rely on NFT marketplaces to decide the royalty structure? Or should there be a global creator-centric platform which advocates for the rights of creators and artists? To understand the crux of the matter, we have distinguished guests from the space to provide their perspective on the issue. Mr. Srinivas Mahankali, CBO Blockchain Secure Cloud, is of the view that royalties can't be standardized in a decentralized setup.
These sort of rules, standardized rules, etc., are possible to enforce in a centralized world, and where the regulation is common, across all the organizations or all the countries. So by nature, the blockchain paradigm does not allow for any standard approaches. That is the DNA of blockchain. Fantastic. But then it is for the customers to choose where they want to operate. It is for the creators to choose what platform they want to adopt.
However, Mr. Swapnil Kudle, Chief Strategy Officer, Totality, doesn't deny the fact that there can be set rules for royalties, but feels it won't work.
There is a platform fees, there is the creator fees, and then there is what the ultimate price for the end user. If we give a standard pricing or a standard margin kind of an approach, you will not have all the projects having the same level of traction. That kind of business model works when the product is completely commoditized. And as soon as you bring a creator aspect or an art element to it, that standardization typically goes away. So the business model for these is not typically a cost plus model. There is subjectivity involved in a lot of projects where the name of the artist actually matters, right? Just like any other artist community, be it actors or singers, different artists will bring different value and they may command a much higher premium of creator fees. So a standard approach may work for creators who are currently not able to command a premium. but it will actually push away a lot of artists who are actually premium in the market, who can bring in the crowd, who can bring in the business. For them, it just won't work. So a platform has to do this balancing act where they should get good quality creators as well as ensure there's enough value for the customers from a pricing and value perspective. So I think that dynamic will always be at play, and that standard creator fees I don't think we will see anytime soon at least.
Mr. Logeswaran, blockchain solution architect plugin, has highlighted some more challenges about NFT royalties.
But another challenge here when it comes to royalty here is the interoperability. Like when I sell my NFT in one platform and this NFT gets purchased by a buyer, and the buyer has to sell this NFT to through another platform, right? When this NFT gets moved to another platform, then I lose my royalty.
Fantastic.
At the end of the day. So that's a big challenges for the artist. But of course, it is getting addressed now.
We have heard about what industry experts have to say about following a set standard for royalty. But it's equally important to know what artists and creators feel about it, since it affects them the most.
The whole USP of getting as an individual artist or anyone into the NFT scene is not the cryptocurrency, it's the royalty. So the marketplaces which are trying to get out of that whole idea of royalty, people are going to entertain that. Like, 10% to minimum to like I feel that is to minimum, because that gives me more freedom as an artist to survive and live. If I work harder, then there will be more sales, there will be more trading. I get the more benefit out of it. So it's more of your hard work rather than some X gallery or whichever is trying to capture the whole thing. Although I don't believe galleries will also exist, both of them will coexist, but royalties needs to be there. That's the plus point of whole smart contract, right? If you don't have that, then what's the point of NFTs? I might as well go to the route of selling my artwork through galleries.
There are different views of industry experts on the percentage of royalties that can be applicable. Let's see what Mr. Sagar Pratap Joy, sir, founder Zen Labs, has to say.
So creator royalty is something that has to be imposed. That's what we believe. In any structure, or in any, not just in art, but in the other business models as well. When a musician is creating a music, a royalty should be due. So NFT marketplaces should come to a consensus wherein the royalty is not that high. Again, as of now, the artists are charging 10%, 20%. So that's not a feasible option for the person who is buying or selling as well. 10%, 20%, even 5%. So when we have a high ticket value out there, 1% is the minimum that should be due, and it should be a fixed amount that should be given to an artist. That's a bare minimum again. So 5%, 1%, you can come up to a number on that front, but it depends on the ticket size. When we have a lower ticket size, out there the percentage might be more. When we have a ticket size which is much higher, out there we can reduce the percentage to some more.
Creators feel that they are at the mercy of NFT marketplaces for creator royalty. If that is so, can there be a provision of white paper or some contract that ensure royalties for creators?
People who have made a name for themselves will always want a much higher premium, will always value their art, irrespective of money actually. Some people will just refuse to make an art or sell an art at a price which they don't think, or a royalty which they don't think is right. So I think that is market dynamics at play. And if a platform tries to standardize it, it will either lose out on the creators if they put the creator margins too low, or they will end up losing a lot of users if they put the creator margin very high and standardize it.
For safeguarding their interest and royalties, what steps can creators take so that they are not dependent on NFT marketplaces for royalties and they are not left stranded in case an NFT marketplace decides to shut operations all of a sudden, similar to what happened to WazirX?
Honestly, really feel that people should have their own smart contract where they're not bound to what any particular a platform is enforcing it too. Like for example, if you have your own smart contract, then it's very difficult for someone to enforce the royalty. It will always enforce what's always written on the smart contract. But I mean, for example, there are some NFTs which have at one point had blocked OpenSea, saying that my trading is not, I'm not going to allow this platform to trade my NFTs. Which all of these are possibilities. Because they were not giving the royalties and stuff like that. So if people are not agreeing with it, they'll block the they'll block the whole platform. So it's not going to be the way where people dictated how. So right now people are going to dictate. Mainly the community is going to dictate how things work rather than a platform coming and trying to dictate the whole thing. It's little shift of power, which is people, as a creator, everyone likes it. So yeah.
I think the content creators need to be prudent and sort of careful about choosing which marketplace they would like to put their content on, and also ensure that the smart contracts that are executed are very clearly indicative of what royalty payments would follow. And in case such are not followed, then they either correspond and liaise with the marketplace, and if nothing works out, then perhaps either switch to another marketplace and or at the same time also try and file complaints to the overarching bodies, because at the end of the day the marketplaces are still within the jurisdictions of the respective courts in the respective country, and therefore complaints or suits for misrepresentation or for non-payment of appropriate or decided royalties can still be filed there.
We now hope that the plight of NFT creators has reached the right corners and NFT marketplaces do allocate them a fair share in royalties in the days to come. Let's also look forward to a standard protocol or contract that will determine fairness in trade and work for all stakeholders in no uncertain terms. That's all in this special story. This is me, Ruchi Sharma, signing off. Do like, share and subscribe to 3.0 TV and have a great day.